We are back at it, and it's pretty much deja vu, another last minute road trip with my brother and friend. Only a few weeks in between trips, but we're back at it again. And this trip did not go as well as last one, poker wise anyway. You'll see what I mean as we go along, but keeping it real, letting you guys know what happened. I'm gonna put all 3 sessions we played over this trip into just one video, because the first 2 sessions we played, they were very brief, was more hanging out with them, played some bubble craps, blackjack, those old school horse races, and even bought the bonus on a slot machine that we never done. That was pretty fun. We filmed it. If you haven't checked it out already, go ahead and do so. But in this one, let's get into the poker. The first spot we play at is the MGM Grand. We had some comp dollars to redeem. Haven't played here in a while, and I think if you don't use them after 6 months or so, they go away. So that was the main reason for coming here. I know I always tell you guys to use your comps, so might as well use ours. But anyways, we start this 1-2 session around 8 p.m. Start with a rack of reds. The first hand we're gonna go over, we're in the end of the gun, first act. We look down at pocket kings, a premium. We open it up to $10, a 5x. That's like opening to $25 in a 2-5 game, but it's kind of strange opening to 5x at a 1-2 game. Feels different than opening 5x at a 2-5 or even 5-10. Even though it's the exact same 5x, maybe it's just me, but back to the hand, the cutoff and the big blind make the call, so going 3 ways to a flop. And the flop comes Jack 8-5 with 2 hearts. All in all, a safe board. We have the King of Hearts. I know, because I remember both cards are red. The big blind checks and flow and have no reason to not see bet. So we make it $25. Action on the cutoff, and he decides to raise it up to 70. Uh-oh, some alarm bells. Wasn't expecting it. I doubt he has 2 pair. Not many 2-pair combos out there. I think Jack's 3-bet in the cutoff, so 8s or 5s for set. If this was a bigger game like 2-5 or 5-10, then I'd expect all straight draws or pair plus flush draws to do this. But at low stakes, any raise that is post flop, it's just always strong. So those sets that I talked about are a possibility, but most players slow play sets in low stakes, so hard to put them on really anything. But $70 is the number, the big blind folds, and we make the call, can't really go away just for one raise. So let's see what develops. The turn is not my favorite, it's a 10 of clubs. Now some 2 pairs and straights come in. We check to the aggressor to see what he wants to do. He reaches for some chips and he makes it smaller than the flop. He throws out $65. Now I'm really confused. I mean, what hand bets this way? I know it's 1-2, it's a shit show. You see everything, which is one of the reasons I don't really care to play 1-2 or 1-3, but it's a small bet in relation to the size of the pot. So we call again. The river comes, a very interesting card. It's the ace of hearts. One hand I put him on was the nut flush draw, but now we know that's not possible. And we have the king of hearts, so he can't have the nuts. I think about leading out, but a check jam all in seems much stronger. He has a little over $400, a stack of reds, some greens, a lone black, so give or take the same stack depth. If he bets again any amount, and all in from us can get 2 pair to fold, a set perhaps maybe even to fold. So that's the plan. We check. He takes his time. I'm really hoping he fires, but sadly he doesn't. We show the kings and he flips over pocket jacks. Kings versus jack, first hand, we get involved. Could have lost more, but let me know if you think a lead would have been a better play and for what amount. After that hand, we add on 2 blacks topping off, and not too long after, we look down at 5-3 of hearts and the end of the gun 1. The small blind bought the button in this hand, so the big blind first act folds, the end of the gun folds, and we open it up again to $10. The table saw us do it with kings, so gotta switch it up and do it with some suited connectors, right? It folds all the way around to the guy who bought the button, and he makes a call. We go heads up to a flop, and it comes ace, ace 2 with 2 clubs. He checks and flow to us, and hard to represent an ace when there are 2 out there, so we check back. Off to a free turn, and it's the 10 of diamonds. He checks again. Now I think is an okay time to bet. He showed weakness twice, and we have the second worst hand on this board, so gotta do something. We throw out $15, hoping to take it down right here cheaply. He thinks for a bit and does put the $15 in the middle. So needing help, a lot of it. Come on, dealer. And we do get what we asked for. We spiked the miracle 4 of hearts, giving us a very disguised straight. Now let's hope he was slow playing an ace and we can get paid. He's first to act and he throws out a bet of his own. He makes it $35. Music to our ears. We are obviously going to raise, but how much? We have similar chip stacks, started with $500. We make it almost 4x, 115 to go. Feeling good about the situation, that is, until he throws out a chip and announces all in. And the way he said it, the speed on him doing it.
I think your boat's good. That's so sad. That's a good hand.
Fold. You need something? No.
No.
So we let it go. We had our cards face up. I think with the total bluff he shows, most players would show. He didn't seem like the player that would bluff like that. Not a true OMC, but add a few more years and an OMC in the making. So we get unlucky again. We top off and play a few more hands. Didn't get the last one on video, or maybe was pissed off and just deleted it accidentally. We flopped 2 pair with 2 hearts on the board. We were small blind, so literally a few hands later. And I bet the flop and turn, and 2 players call the big blind and the cutoff. And the river comes another heart. We check, the big blind bets, then the cutoff raises. I snap fold, just really bad. I was like, I'm out. I need a higher stake game. So we go route away to the Aria to play some 2-5. It takes about half hour to get there and get seated, and you'll have to bear with me. I had the phone turn because I was in the shorts mood, so that's why the footage is different, but I had to include it in this video because it tells the story. But we finally get involved after folding for 3 orbits with Jack 7 offsuit and the low jack. We open to $15, only the big blind comes along, so in position with not so good starting hand. But we get rewarded with top and bottom pair, Jack 9-7 rainbow. The big blind checks in flow, and a bet is probably the best option, right? But this board shouldn't hit us much, so we check back. If he takes this check as weakness, he bets the turn no matter what it is, and then we can pile more money in. The turn comes a 3 of spades, bringing the backdoor flush draw. He checks again and can't check twice. We bet and throw out $30, hoping to get a call by any pair or gut shot straight draw. He does make the call, so off to a river, and it's not the best. It's a 10 of hearts. Spades miss, but any 8 now makes a straight, and he should have more 8s than we should. But he checks for a 3rd time, so we most likely have the best hand. We bet out $100 and he takes maybe 5 seconds and makes a call. So I'm guessing he doesn't have a straight. I'm thinking a smaller 2 pair like 10-9, 10-7. We flip expecting to win, but we don't. He shows pocket 9s for middle set. Wow, middle set versus top and bottom pair on the flop. A C bet from us would have been ugly. Should have lost more on that hand. So see, even though doing the not standard thing in C betting a great hand, it would have been wrong in this situation. Like if we would have C bet, he then raises and we make the call. He leads turn and we call again since the turn was clean. He may continue on the river and then we're forced to fold. Or if he checks and then we just check back with our showdown value. I don't know. You never really know what's going to happen when variables change. I mean, we can say or we can guess, but never truly know. We get involved in a few more hands, win a few small ones, but mostly card dead, a lot more folding. We take our chips and call it a night. Long day of driving, so overall lost a little over $500 on the, well, I wouldn't even call them sessions. They were so short. The following day, we don't even play poker. We play almost every game in the casino though. Blackjack, baccarat, let it ride. Things where they don't allow filming. We film slots though, like I was saying at the beginning. Didn't get to another poker session till the next day. And we head to the strip again, but on the opposite side, the Wynn. We start with the $1,500 max at the 2-5. and let's share some more disgustingness, shall we? Going into the day, I was pumped and ready to get a dub, turn this trip around, but this is what went down. The first hand we're going to go over, we put on the under the gun straddle. The hijack raises to 30. It folds to us. Then we look down at a monster 5-4 offsuit. I'm kidding, guys, not a monster, but can be a wuss and have to defend our straddle. We make the call for $20 more. We go heads up, and the flop comes Jack 8-4 with 2 spades. We flop a pair, but out of position. We check and flow, and the hijack checks back right away. So pretty sure our pair is ahead. I should still be when the turn comes, a 7 of hearts. Gives us a gut shot straight draw. Like I said on the flop, we should be ahead, so gotta protect. We lead and bet out $40. He makes the call, still should only have 2 overs, maybe queen 10 for a straight draw himself. But doesn't matter, we hit our straight draw on the river as a 6 of diamonds, the nuts basically. Now, how do we play it? Do we check and hope he fires, or go big, make it look like we're trying to buy it? He's shown so much weakness, we would hate it if it went check check, so we bet big and bet out $275. I don't think it mattered though, cause he snap folds. Oh well, taking a pot down with less than an average starting hand. The next hand we look down at a reasonable starting hand, A7 suited on the low jack. There's an open to $20 from the guy to our right. We make the call. The cutoff wants to make it more though. He 3-bets to $80. The button folds, the blinds get out of the way, the initial opener folds, and we make the call for $60 more to see what happens. We go heads up to a flop, and it comes King Jack 3 rainbow. We're out of position, so we check on over to the cutoff. He makes a continuation bet in the amount of $55. We have an over and backdoors. I don't think we can fold to just 1 c-bet, so we call and hope for some help on the turn, which comes in the form of the 2 of hearts. So now we have an over and then a flush draw. We check again, see what he wants to do, hoping he checks so we can see a free river, but he doesn't make it easy for us. He continues the aggression and throws out $135. I don't like any of our options really. They're all on the table, but we go with the middle option, and just call, hoping for a heart or a card we can bluff at. So really hoping for a heart to make it easy, but it comes the king of diamonds, possibly a card we can represent. But honestly, we just give up and check. Luckily we do, because he bets again, not even sure the amount, a lot of blacks, and we just snap fold. I'm really glad we didn't bet, because I think even pocket aces or pocket queens check back to get to showdown. A few hands later, we get aggressive pre-flop with pocket fives. We 3-bet to $85 and get 2 callers. The flop comes ace high, all spades. We're in between 2 opponents. The first opponent leads out, and we just fold. I mean, what are we really going to do with a pair of 5s and no spade in our hand? This one, we do have spades. We have big slick of spades. We're in the low jack, and we open to $20 and get 3-bet by the button to $85. It folds around to us, and we throw in a 4-bet to $275. He says something like, all right, I was just kidding. So a mediocre hand, I presume. The very next shuffle, we win another, just being aggressive with 8-6 suited. An orbit later after that, we look down at a pair of 9s in the hijack. We open to $20, the cutoff calls 20, and the big blind calls as well, closing the action. We go 3 ways to a flop, and flop a set, middle set, living life right now. There's 2 clubs and some straight draws, so when the big blind checks and flow, we make a c-bet to $30. Probably can go even bigger with all the draws available, but we go with 30. The cutoff calls, and the big blind calls as well. Dang it, was just hoping that there was going to be 1 caller, not 2. Now hoping for no draw cards to come, which there's a lot of them, and one of them comes on the turn. It's the worst one, the 2 of clubs. The big blind checks again, and I think we have no choice but to check, so we do, and the cutoff throws out a bet of his own to $85. Was probably going to fold this one, but the big blind calls $85. So with us closing the action, we're getting a good price to boat up. Knowing at least one of them has a flush, if the board happens to pair on the river, we can potentially win a big one. So we call, hoping, praying, but doesn't do any good because the river comes an overkill card. It's a 4 of clubs, so 4 clubs out there now. So even by some miracle we were ahead on the turn, we definitely aren't ahead anymore. The action checks all the way around, and the big blind wins with Jack 7 of clubs, so he did have a flush on the turn. Was it the right move to call on the turn to boat up? What do you guys think? A red 2 on the river, do we get paid? While you're thinking about that though, we're gonna move on to this hand. We're in the under the gun and put on the $10 under the gun straddle, the cutoff and button limp, the blinds fold, action on us, and we look down at 5 deuce suited. Can put it in a raise sometimes, but we just check our option. Instantly regretting it, wishing we did raise because we flopped the world 9-6-3 with 2 hearts. We are first to act, so we check and flow. The cutoff leads and takes a stab for $30. The button gets out of the way, and now it's time to raise it up. We checked our option, so we can have 2 pairs and sets here. The number we raised to is $85. Now looking back, I think it's too small, but $85 it is. The cutoff doesn't take too long and does make the call for $55 more. The turn is a decent card in a way, the ace of spades. Cause say we were bluffing with hands like ace deuce, ace 5 of hearts, but again, probably would have squeezed those hands in the end of the gun straddle. That's why I say it's kind of good, kind of bad, 50-50. But we have to continue our story because we have basically nothing. So we put more money in the middle, and that amount of money is $125. He calls rather quickly again. Come on, definitely need some help, but the dealer hates us. It's a 7 of diamonds. We miss absolutely everything again. Well, can't be a coward and check this, giving up. So we fire that 3rd barrel, hoping for the best, and we throw out 4 blacks. Hoping any hand like a single pair can just give it up, but the cutoff doesn't think for too long, counts out chips, and I'm like, all right, hurry up, just put us out of our misery already. Cause he does call. I say you win, and he flips over a 9, so top pair on the flop. Good call by him, he takes it down, he's a non-believer. I don't really blame him, cause we haven't been showing down much at all today. I think the play was all right. Like I said earlier, we checked our option, so we could have any 2 cards, 6-3, 6-9, 6-7, 9-3, and a set like 3s and 6s, or 4-5 of hearts, which we block since we have the 5 of hearts. A lot of hands, I thought, but what do I know? Would have been easier to just hit, right? We add on another 1,000 of black, so now we're in the game for 3K. A half hour goes by, and we're in the under the gun straddle again. We look down at pocket kings this time. All right, a little bit of life. Let's get our money back, shall we? There's a limp from middle position and the button. We raise it up to 60. The middle position folds, but the button makes the call, so we go heads up to a flop and see the absolute worst card in the window, followed by another, which is a little better than just one, but still hate that card when you have pocket kings. We check because we don't have an ace, and even if we did, it would be smart to check such a good hand with only one more ace being out there, letting him catch up or thinking it's a weak check. He right away checks back, so off to a free turn, and it comes the 6 of clubs. We can't check again, gotta get some value, so we delay c-bet and throw out $30. He takes his time and does make the call. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll see. The river comes, another blank, it's a 3 of hearts. If we were ahead on the flop and the turn, should still be ahead now, so we check, because not gonna get much worse to call a bet. So only way to get any sort of value is to let him do the betting for us. Action now on him, and he thinks about what he wants to do, and he does decide to bet, and he makes it $80. All I'm thinking at this time is things haven't gone the best for us lately, but we side call because we're really only losing to an ace, and that's what he's representing now. He flips his cards over with confidence, which usually isn't a good sign, but he shows queen 9 suited. So total air, and we take it down. Wasn't pretty, but almost forgot what it felt like to pull in chips. Let's see if we can keep it going. This hand we look down at pocket 4s in the hijack. We open to $20. The cutoff is the only caller. The flop comes what looks like a 4, but it's close. It's 10-6-3 with 2 hearts. We check on over to him just because of the range advantage. The cutoff bets out $35. We make the call. We have backdoors. The turn comes both backdoor possibilities, the 5 of hearts. Now we have open-ended, straight, and flush draws. Not the biggest flush draw in the world. Well, actually the second worst flush draw, but a flush draw nonetheless. We check to now the aggressor, and he slows down and checks back. So hoping to improve, and we do not. It comes the 6 of clubs. We check again to him to see what he wants to do, and he throws out a bet, and it's $105. Was kind of hoping it was more, because I don't think the size he chose is a bluff, and that's all we really got is a bluff catcher. I checked the suits one more time to see what they are. We do have a heart, which is a card I'd like him to have if he is trying to bluff. I don't know. Ultimately, we just let it go. There are so many other better hands and spots we can choose to hero call with. Just a few hands later, we're on the button with ace-10 of diamonds. The hijack opens to $20. The cutoff folds. We make the call, and the big blind comes along. So going 3 ways to a flop, and it comes queen-jack-8 rainbow. We have an over, a double gutter, and backdoor nut flush draw. So a little sum-sum. The big blind checks. The initial raiser does throw out a c-bet and throws out $40. Can go either way here with a call or a raise, so we just make the call to see what happens. The big blind folds, so now we're heads up, and the turn gives us the world with the 3 of diamonds. Still only have ace high, but liking our hand more and more. The hijack is first to act, and he slows down. I think we gotta be the aggressor instead of just hoping to catch, so we bet out $110. He makes the call after some thinking, so now off to a river and just hoping for one of our many outs, but we do not get there. It's a brick, it's a black 7. He checks on over to us again, and the question is, do we blast or not? We probably should, but we puss out and don't. He says queen, and I say, that's good. Our credit on blasting is just not there, so he probably calls off with top pair. I feel like we have been blasting and not getting there all night, and it's super frustrating. This next hand is gross too. We're in the small blind and look down at jack 9 offsuit. The button limps for $5. We complete, and the big blind checks his option, so going 3 ways to a flop. And it comes jack 8-6 rainbow. Not bad, we have top pair. We check in flow, the big blind checks, and so does the button. So a free card, and hoping for any card lower than a jack, but nope, it's a queen of diamonds. No longer have top pair, but we have a gut shot straight draw, so not too terrible. We check again, the big blind checks. Now the button bets out $15. We call. I mean, it's only $15. Let's see if we can catch. I mean, we got to catch at least one time. The big blind gets out of the way, so heads up to a river, and we actually do catch as a 10 of diamonds. We can't check for a third time now, can we? So we lead on this card and bet out $25. He takes maybe 5 seconds and then min clicks it to 50. I'm like, oh my God, really? We never folded to a min click ever. And it's only $25 more, so we snap, and he shows a flush, and we lose. So just when you think that we were hitting and we are gonna win, but getting shit on by a better hand. I mean, it's not all sad. We do win some hands, some small pots, like this one we chop it up, so yes, some chips come our way, but pretty sad pots, not very big. The ones we do win, winning small pots and losing big ones, usually not the recipe for a good session. As time goes on, we lose a lot of players. It soon becomes four-handed. I think we play a few orbits of that and just can't really play four-handed for too long. So we take what looks like a lot of chips to the cage, but really a lot less than what we put in and cash them out.
Well, that's just how it goes sometimes, guys. I mean, all session we could not get anything going. To save my life, I mean, we just couldn't. We flop a set and then get flushed on. I think we lost against a flush 5 or 6 times. I mean, one time we rivered a straight to the king and he got a flush. It was a 6-7 of diamonds. I was like, really? But I mean, we were in for 3K, out for 1450, so lost a buy-in of 1500. I mean, it's not the worst that could happen, but I mean, losing is never fun. And this is actually the first losing trip. I think I've lost 2 sessions all year. I mean, I don't play like 40, 50 hours a week, so 2 sessions all year. I mean, that's not bad. Until this trip, lost every session. I mean, I'll probably throw the other sessions or other, like talk about a few other hands, the other sessions I played at the MGM for like 30 minutes, and where else did we play? the Aria for not even that long, and we just lost. We couldn't get anything going, losing to sets and losing to just the best hand. And this session, our bluffs did not get through. I mean, that one Asian guy, he called me with a pair of nines. I mean, we're flopping the world too. We're flopping straight draws, flush draws, and just not getting there. Playing it aggressive, I think playing it how we should, and it's not like we can't get our offsuit straight and just jam all in. And he thinks we have a flush draw, which we do, but we catch our straight anyway. I don't know. Like, that happened at least 2 or 3 times. Turn the world. Again, straight draw, flush draw, but not getting through. I don't know, that's just a recipe to lose money, and gets expensive too when you have these draws, or when you have these like semi-bluffable, semi-good hands, and you just have to go with it. I mean, they just get expensive after a while. But that's poker. I don't want to ramble. I know I already am, but again, this is the most fun I've had. Like, this trip has been the most fun. I mean, I lost my voice yesterday. We're playing, me, my brother, and his friend were playing bubble craps, and I think we hit the point like 8 or 9 times. It was insane. I mean, we were just betting like $3-4 or $5 on each number, whatever. So it wasn't that much, but we won like $300. Like, we doubled. We each put 100 in, and we doubled our money within like 10 minutes, just hitting point after point after point. Hard 6, hard 8. I mean, I wish I was filming, but I was like, I don't want to film because then that might, like, holy crap, it's like windy, and I think it's like raining. Hopefully you guys can hear me. But yeah, the hard 6s, hard 8s just kept coming. And then even when the point was off, we 7, so we would win on the pass line. And I never really played craps before. Maybe I might film something like bubble craps for you guys. I don't know. We even bought the bonus on one of the machines. I've never bought the bonus. I've seen it on YouTube a few times, and I was like, I've always wanted to get a machine that buys the bonus. And we bought the bonus like 5 or 6 times. Even got the couple next to us. They were interested. They were looking at our like slot, and they were like, I want to try it. So we got them to do it. That was cool. I filmed that. You guys should already, it should already be posted. So check that out if you guys like slots, but most of you guys like poker, so that's what we did in this video. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed all those hands. Hopefully, or not hopefully, but maybe you guys like, or you guys enjoy me losing my money and just donking off. But hey, we did that this time in this trip, so hopefully next trip is even better. And can't wait till that. I mean, I think we're back in Vegas in like 2 weeks. That's kind of sad, huh? But yeah, in 2 more weeks, we'll be back in Vegas. And yeah, try to do better. Hopefully we can. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You guys already know. But hopefully you guys like the new hat too. But I'm Matty Ice. This is Games Poker. Peace out.
This is the last thought, I promise, and I'm probably talking to maybe the 5 people that really watch my videos to the very end, so it doesn't really matter how this all comes out, but I just thought I should share. On our way back home from driving from Vegas, this is what we saw on the side of the road. And I don't really know the severity of the situation, but it didn't look good. And just goes to show that things can be a lot worse. People out there in the real world have it worse than you, no matter what you're going through. And even though we lost a couple $1,000s over this trip, I mean, if that's the worst that can happen, things are all right. Things are actually amazing. And yeah, I was pretty bummed at the time, but seeing that, looking over, and you're like, holy crap. I mean, that could have been us. You never know. I mean, again, they don't know the situation, don't know what happened. If somebody was drinking and driving, I mean, you just don't know, but that could have been us. And we're here on the road. I'm talking to you right now, like, things are all right. But I don't want to get too deep. I'm just sharing what happened. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing with this whole channel. I mean, poker-wise, showing you my wins, my losses, and taking you along for the ride. But for the 5, again, that saw this, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys. But especially the ones, if you guys saw this, I mean, comment something down below that you saw this, and it's a great day. Like I always tell you guys, you woke up, you saw this, it's a great day. So I appreciate you guys. I'm Matty Ice. This is Gaines Poker. Peace out.